WNAV listeners, my name is Charlie Stinchcomb. Time once again to go back. That's far enough to 1950s, 1960s. Time Machine's on the air. That's where we play the old soul, rhythm and blues, vocal group harmony from those 50s and 60s. And more importantly, we will be taking your requests today. Also, we have a special guest coming in to tell you about a new way of getting the music on the air. You'll be here with us about 9:30. Okay, as you know, on the show, once in a while we have local folks that are musically inclined and have a passion for the music. And today we have one in Mr. Cris Neish. And let me tell you a little bit about Cris before he gets a chance to speak. He's a songwriter and storyteller rooted in Annapolis, Maryland, creating emotionally driven music inspired by the Chesapeake Bay, coastal life, military service, family, faith, and community pride. And welcome to WNAV, Mr. Neish.
Well, thank you, Charlie. I appreciate you having me.
Oh, it was my pleasure when your mother-in-law, who I've known since, I guess, grammar school, called me up and told me about you. I thought, well, we got to get this guy on here and talk about these interesting things that he's doing. First, did you grow up in a musical family?
No, I did not.
So how did you get the musical bug?
I got it by luck, to be honest. There's certain music I grew up liking. I'm more of a country music fan, if you will, but my favorite song was Guns N' Roses from Sweet Child of Mine. And then I got into music as a joke. In reality, there was a guy at work that we call the light man, and he wasn't doing his job the way I thought he was. And I'm like, hey, I want to make a song about you, and I ended up doing that. And when I played it for him, he loved it so much that within 10 seconds he asked me, hey, can you send this to me? I want to share it with my wife. And I was able to create an emotional connection and imprinted a little bit of myself on him. So it was a lot of fun. And that created the bug for me.
That's fantastic. Now, I know you said your music is influenced or helped through AI.
Yes.
And you have several AI platforms where you pick the type of song or lyrics and the voices and the music. Is that correct, or am I wrong?
That's essentially correct, yes.
Okay. How did you get into the AI thing?
Well, I've been using AI at my job for a long time, and it helps me to be more productive and efficient, and I knew a little bit of the power of AI. And I, on a whim, tried to see if it could help me with music. Mm-hmm. And so for that first song, Light Man, I described the scenario where I have an electrician at work, and these are all the tools of his trade, and here's what he does all day long. And I asked for ChatGPT to generate lyrics for me. And it did that, and I liked the lyrics a lot, and made a couple little minor changes to what it outputted. And then I said, hey, give me a recommendation for what AI music app I can use to paste these lyrics into it, and which one should I use? And it gave me a couple of different options, and I went with the very first one. And I ended up pasting the lyrics, the song title, and the prompt that ChatGPT recommended me to paste into the style version, which had the vocal style of the singer in it, and told it to create, and it created 2 songs for me. And the first one was a home run. It was amazing, and using that and the reaction I got made me want to do this a lot more.
And I know your wife's here with us, and you said one of the songs was, inspired by your wife, right?
More than that now, but there's a lot of songs about her. One of the songs is called Freedom. My wife has MS, and she does adaptive writing at Maryland Therapeutic Writing. And when she rides her horse, she gets freedom, which is pretty amazing.
And she's also a teacher, has a first grade class.
Oh, yes, she's a teacher, has a first grade class, and wrote a song about that. It's called Mrs. Nish's Class, and then there's another one called The First Grade Teacher. The First Grade Teacher is a song about her, and the other one is the students singing to her in Mrs. Nish's Class. And that generation of song is called Kids Bop, and that's been very popular for like first and second and third graders these days. And they love and they sing and they dance to that song every day.
And you're able to play it for the kids, and
yes.
Okay, how did that go over the first time they heard it?
Oh, they loved it. They were ecstatic. It's a lot of fun. And now I make music based off of the phonics lessons that they have, and I send them to them. And so there's new things like ancient civilizations about Egypt or the Nile or Mesopotamia, or whatever it might be. I can make music to that to cover the vocabulary and the lessons. And the kids actually, I think, help learn their information better because they get to see it and hear it and do something with it other than just reading it out of a book or on a screen somewhere. This is a multiple way of interacting at a lot of the different senses that makes their retention a lot better.
Have you thought about doing that in different schools?
My wife and I talked about that. We are looking at, there's this thing called Teacher Pay Teacher, and it's where teachers create content that other teachers can go buy that will help enable them to be more efficient or productive in their classroom. And so we're noodling with the idea of creating some of these songs that other teachers that use the same kind of curriculum that can download the music and play it for their kids, and it would be a really fun thing for the kids and for that to spread across the country.
Okay. And I know you're a graduate of the Naval Academy here in Annapolis.
Yes, I am.
I guess that influences some of the songs that you do on occasion.
Those are my initial passions. Were all the songs about the Naval Academy and Navy football.
Well, were you interested in this kind of thing when you were at the academy?
I was not, but my roommate from prep school was. The Naval Academy has a small little radio station of its own. Back then, at least it did in the 90s. And he used to go and play music that he liked a lot. And so I sat in with him on a couple sessions just listening to him do his groove, and it was a lot of fun. But because I didn't have any musical talent and I don't sing well at all, and I can't play an instrument, not even the drums, so I didn't think I had it in me. But because of the technology that's out there, I now get to create music.
That's amazing. So you put together an idea basically, and then you take it to AI and say, "This is the type of song. These are some of the lyrics I want to put to you."
It's exactly what I do. Yes, and I basically ask the AI that is a scenario for my wife in her school. Say my wife is a first grade teacher at Millersville Elementary School. She is in Anne Arundel County, Maryland. And she has a service dog by the name of Digby in her class, and she teaches first grade. And I want to write a song about her, and then it created lyrics for me based off of that description, and it put my wife's service dog in the song, and it put how she welcomes the kids and how they have a lot of fun in her class and things like that, and it has her values of what she views of being a teacher, and I'm very proud of that, and she cares so much.
Well, Digby's here with us, and he's already made a big hit.
Yes, he's a hit everywhere. He's the most popular in the school, and everywhere he goes, he's the most popular.
I bet he is.
He's the master of the Jumbotron, too, at the Navy football games. He gets up there every game.
I bet he does. Yeah. Have you ever run into when you have an idea for a song and some lyrics and you send it to AI and they come back and you go, "Nah, it wasn't exactly what I was looking for," and you have to redo it again?
Most of the time, that's what happens.
Okay.
And so most of that happens probably 70 to 60% of the time. And it doesn't get something quite right. And sometimes the AI when it uses, especially the one by name Suno that I use for creating the music with the instruments and the vocals, it's very visually driven, and it does not understand certain words, like the word bow. It may mispronounce it and say bow.
Okay.
And so I had to teach it phonetically how to say the word I want it to.
Right.
So there are minor adjustments that I have to do, and basically I'm teaching phonics to AI.
There you go. And I imagine sometimes you get the words right. They send you and they go, okay, that's the way it should sound in my mind. And then you go, okay, what kind of singer? And you go, no, that isn't the person that should be singing this song.
Well, correct. I won't necessarily say the kind of singer, but necessarily the voice.
Okay.
I may not like the voice. And the AI tends to struggle the most, I think, when it comes to duets. Specifically, if you have different roles of singers, it may start off correctly in the song, but then it gets confused, and a little later on, it will reverse the roles of the people, and it may not have the female role singing the female role, it may have the male doing that, and then that could ruin the messaging or intent of the song. So I have to be careful and work on that hard.
And the same way with the music, I imagine,
yes,
also, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And it's interesting. You make no bones about that. It's AI that's putting these things together. It isn't you singing them or whatever. That's pretty important, I think.
I do too. I think you have to own it. And I view myself as the way I use AI as a leader. Mm-hmm. I'm leaning forward. I share openly that I use AI. And I don't hide it. I design it, I engineer it, I write the concepts, the lyrics, the emotional arcs, and I engineer it like an instrument, if you will. Mm-hmm. To me, it's no different than like using a new guitar or studio software or production tool. The heart behind all of it is still me.
Right.
And that's what I put into my music.
Okay. How do the listeners right now that are listening right now, or your friends and your neighbors and everybody else, how are they able to connect with your songs?
Well, the first way is through social media. I post a lot of reels of my songs on social media where they will get an opportunity to see 30-second clips of the song. And I get a lot of likes and views and shares and follows from that, and that helps out a lot. Mm-hmm. The best way for people to hear my music is by looking up my music company, which is Cris Neish Productions, spelled Cris, as in Chris with no H, and then my last name, Neish, Neish, and Productions, in any of your favorite music streaming apps, and you'll find it, whether it's Spotify, Apple Music, Pandora, YouTube, and 15 other streaming apps that are out there. And you can find my music, and you can and then if you want to find a particular song, you can look it up by my name and the song, or just the song, and you may find it that way.
Okay, so they could Cris Neish Productions, and then they could look at all the songs and go, let me see what that one sounds like, and hit it, and then
correct.
So it's pretty easy,
right? To do. And then some of the apps that are free, like YouTube, it's free if people want to listen. If people have already prepaid systems like Spotify, you have a membership for there, so listening to my music on there for them is free because they're already paying for the opportunity to listen to any music they want. And then things like Spotify will send my songs out to people in groups and playlists. And if I may, I had an interesting story on the morning of the Army-Navy football game. My brother-in-law, who's all the way up in New Jersey, reached out to me, and he's like, dude, I got to talk to you. And then I'm like, hey, I'm busy. I'm getting ready to go to the game. And, but I had a couple minutes, and so I called him. He's like, hey, I was driving to work, and I heard this song, and it was amazing, and it said it was by you. You're making music? And it was on Spotify, and it went to him, and he heard it, and he loved it. And so it's kind of cool when I get that kind of feedback, where I know I'm reaching people, and then they're connecting, and then he's telling people all about it, and I have a fan base that's starting to grow, which is a lot of fun.
And I know you said your favorite style of music would be country, but also in your songs, there's a lot of different genres that you address, right?
Absolutely. I touch on so many. Americana, storytelling stuff. I do a lot of patriotic and military themed. I've been doing a lot of worship and faith-based or inspirational songs. My wife and I were listening to them on the right here, of ones I made last night, and really enjoying them. Doing Christmas and holiday musics. Chesapeake Bay themed stuff, whether it's sailing or songs about the watermen or songs about the lighthouses that are in the Chesapeake Bay. I even done some rap and hip hop songs, which come out really good, which is amazing. Yeah, and if I can, I got a short little story about that. We were at church, and our pastor was doing a lesson called Beyond the Bills. And it's basically trying to tell the parishioners that are there, hey, we want you to steward God's money, and this is how you should prioritize your money for your needs and then your wants. And then he was jokingly, the pastor told the leadership crew in the front of the church, he's like, hey, somebody should make a rap song about this. Well, I was already taking notes on my phone with what he was saying, and I took more notes that followed better. And I basically cut and pasted all of my notes into ChatGPT and asked it to make me a rap song. And I pasted, then I said, create me a prompt for my other app that I use, and I pasted that together and I told it to create. So while I was in church, I heard everything, I synthesized it, I put it together, I got the lyrics and I got the prompt, and then I told the app to create it, and then I started listening to the rap song, and it was so good. Mm-hmm. And this is all within church, like 15 minutes. and so after we left, my wife was like, wait, I want to hear it. And so we go out in the lobby, and she's listening to it. She's like, this is good. I'm like, hey, I want to share it with the pastor. So I go find him into the hall where he was talking to people, and I waited my turn to talk to him. And I'm like, hey, I'm Chris. And I'm like, he's like, hi, Chris, nice to meet you. I'm like, hey, I want to tell you something. He's like, well, what is that? I'm like, I got your rap song for you. And I let him listen to it. And within 10 seconds, he's like, I love it. You got to send it to me. And he started sharing it with people. So it's a really cool thing that I'm able to emotionally connect,
right,
and tell a message or a story for something, right, and deliver in a way that's meaningful and receptive. And I like that.
That was going to be my next question, if you were able to get it to him, and he liked it. And with the vast array of different types of music, if somebody doesn't like hip hop, they can go to your country songs. If somebody doesn't like, something else, they can go to your patriotic songs or whatever.
Absolutely.
And if somebody's associated with Navy, like WNAV is, when people go, "What's your station?" I go, NAV, cut off the Y, and you can probably figure out what we are all about.
There you go.
And I know you did that song about Beat Army.
Yes.
And, I played that at home, and I thought it was interesting because I was wondering, we talked about this yesterday, I said, I'm wondering how many people, when you put in there, you want to sing the second, how many people know what that exactly is?
There's not too many. I'd probably say maybe 1 or 2% of America knows what that means. Yeah. And it's not much. Yeah. But those that are part of the service academies absolutely know that. Yeah. And it's a very big, important part of the pageantry that happens after sports. Mm-hmm. And we absolutely sing second all the time. Yeah.
And singing second means that you won the game or the
yes,
lead
or
whatever. So for everybody out there, yeah, I thought, boy, they should play that at the Navy home games.
Well, that is. Yes, we want that. And I made a playlist for Navy football. There's about like 10 plus songs. Mm-hmm. There's the Beat Army anthem, which you were just talking about, which is really a refresh of our call and our spirit of that we have all the time about beating Army, and we mean it. And it's that one day a year, but there's other times that we feel it throughout the year, and so you can play that all the time, and it's a great song for that. There's another one called Navy Football Game Day. What I love about that song is it walks the listener through the experience from start to finish of what the day is, mm-hmm. from the brigade marching to the stadium, to them marching in, to the warm-ups, to tailgating out in the parking lot, to them taking the field, the flybys that happen, the national anthem, the mids getting into the stands, what happens during the game, what happens at halftime, and singing the alma mater at the end of the song and going home. It's a really cool song, and I like that one a lot. There's other songs that I've done about getting you into the locker room. Mm-hmm. And one really cool one was called Man in the Arena. And it's a poem that came out a while ago. And it's used in many terms about in the football setting. Well, I recreated that song using Bible verses. Mm-hmm. And it's a really good hype song for the locker room to get football players psyched up, mm-hmm. but in a biblical way. And I get so many good comments about that people are like, we want more of that. Mm-hmm. And I like that.
Well, the voice of Navy sports for years and years and years, was a good friend of all of us here at WNAV, Mr. Pete Medhurst.
Okay.
And so we broadcast the Navy. Well, we'll be doing basketball after I get off the air today, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
So use video graphics in your...
I do, but the videos I create are rather simplified. First, what I do is I use ChatGPT to create artwork based off of the lyrics of the song. So whatever image is up there is that. And then I use the app to create a video, which basically superimposes the moving caption over the picture. And people get to listen to the music and read the words and get an idea for the flavor of what the song is based off of the picture and follow along. And that's what most of my reels on social media show.
Okay, I think I told you one of my favorites was My Harbor Town, because it had to do with Annapolis, and I've lived here most of my life. And we're going to do our best to get it on here and play it, and then we'll be back with you right after that, okay?
Absolutely.
Standing at the top of Old Main Street, brick under boots, history under my feet. You look down that hill and your heart beats slow, 'cause you can see straight through to the harbor below. Shops and colors lining every lane, cafe windows glowing in the soft champagne, and the water waits like an open hand. That's when you know you found this land. Come on down to my harbor town, where the masts rise up and the sun goes down. Follow that street where the cobbles crown, all the way to the edge of this old seaport town. Take a walk where the waves roll round, you'll fall in love with my harbor town. City docks buzzing on a Saturday, kids licking ice cream, dogs leading the way, ducks in the ripples by the old seawall, tour boats calling, come aboard y'all. Down in Eagle Alley, boats ease by, shiny hulls gliding under blue sky, engines humming like a laid-back tune, locals sitting out just watching the afternoon. Then May rode in and the Blue Angels came, roaring over rooftops like thunder with a flame. Dad put his hand on my shoulder, said listen to that sound, that's freedom flying low over our little town. Crab cakes frying in an old brick bar, laughter dancing out from an open air guitar, string lights blowing over cafe seats, couple slow stepping on the cobblestone streets, just beyond the river where the flags all fly, a proud old campus meets the bay and sky, the Naval Academy standing tall and wide, the beating heart, the hometown pride. Fireworks blooming over mast and ties, summer boat shows lining harbor side, sailcloths snapping in the evening breeze, church bells drifting through the old oak trees. So come on down to my harbor town, where the masts rise up and the sun goes down, from the top of Main Street to the harbor's crown, you can see straight into the soul of the town. If you're looking for a place to lay joy down, you'll find it here in my harbor town. Yeah, the police forever my harbor
That was fantastic, Chris.
Thank you.
Okay, our special guest today is Mr. Cris Neish, and Chris puts together a lot of stuff with the help of AI and his own lyrics, and then corrects the lyrics for AI, submits, and then corrects the singer, or the voice, I should say, of who's going to be doing it, and then does the music, does it all. And we appreciate you coming by today. Do you have a favorite song?
Oh, there's so many that I do. I'm going to break protocol for some of this stuff.
Sure.
And it's the song I created. It comes in a pair. So the first song is called "Girl Dad," and that's a daddy-daughter dance song to be played at a wedding for my daughter when she gets married someday in the future. I have an 18-year-old daughter. But then the next one that's even better than that one is called "Girl Dad." Her reply. It's her singing back to me, and it's really emotionally hitting all the heartstrings, and I get very emotional every time I hear that.
I know I do a lot of weddings, and when I play Daddy's Little Girl, I might not even know the people, and I get emotional when I hear the song.
Yes.
Okay, so is there anything that we haven't talked about that you would like to tell the listeners?
Oh, just a couple little minor things. Like, for every song I submit to my distributor, I give credit on the credits there to the AI platform I use. I want to make sure that I am very out in the open about that. In my opinion, I use AI the way a sailor uses the wind, just to go further. And everything you get to hear starts as a feeling, a memory, or a story in my head, and the AI just helps me to get it to your ears faster. For traditional songwriters, still inspire my craft, and their authenticity is the benchmark I chase.
Okay.
So, last thing is this is all helping me process what God is doing to me.
Okay. And what do you see in the future for your career in this area?
I see me making more music. Hopefully I get the church I go to will want to use some of the songs that I have and maybe go in a worship forward track that way. But some of the other songs, it'd be great if a singer hears that and like, hey, I want to make that. I'd like to collaborate with you and use your song. Right. And to me, that would be, I hit the rainbow on that one if that happens. Yeah. And that'd be amazing.
I think it'll happen for you. I really do.
Well, thank you.
Tell the folks out there one more time how they can get to their music and how they can get to you.
Sure. On your favorite music streaming app, look up Cris Neish Productions, and you'll find a list of a whole bunch of songs that I have. The spelling of that is CrisNeish Productions. And, follow along, like what you see, tell people about it. Make requests to me, send me a DM and ask me about a song or whatever, and I can customize and do something for you and, get your story out too.
Yeah, that's the other thing I was going to ask you. If somebody goes, I have a special event, Grandma's turning 100 or something like that, come to you and you put together something for it.
Oh, absolutely. So today, in fact, in Cambridge, across the bay, there is an ice festival. Mm-hmm. And like 3 days ago, I wrote a song for that ice festival, and it's being used today at that festival.
Oh, fantastic.
Another song I did was called A Lights Parade, and that's for the lights parade that happens in the Inner Harbor, or down here in Annapolis.
Yeah, the Eastport Yacht Club. Right?
Exactly. And they use that song to kick off that event, and then they also use that song as the background music for the production video they made and everything. So I am custom making songs for specific events that are out there and everything, and it's fun to do, and because those events and those objects or those people, they need a story too, and I can do that with music.
Fantastic. Well, look, if our little interview here has helped, Cris Neish Productions, we're proud to be here for you.
Well, thank you. Appreciate that, Charlie. Thank you for having me.
Okay, it's been my pleasure.